Me and my best friend made $100,000 from selling ants. When I was younger, I had seen this video from a guy called ANTS Canada who does the most cool videos.
OMG. I can't believe what I managed to film this week.
Since I had been searching up so much about ants, I started getting these ads of people selling ants. At the time, I had a Macca's job, and because I was so inspired, I spent $60 on what we call a big head ant. I thought they were going to be like the coolest ants, but they're actually tiny. I was super impatient and didn't understand how ants worked. I thought that if I warmed them up in the sun, they'd be more active. It actually ended up cooking them, and they died. After that, I kept researching how to find queens in the wild because I did not want to spend another $60. I don't know how exactly I came across it, but on Facebook, people were selling ants. I didn't realize that ants were like a proper hobby of people's. And there was all these different species, colonies ranging in different sizes, and it sparked an idea in me. So I talked to my friend Bodie, and we hopped on a call, and I was like, man, people are selling ants. And he's like, what? And surely enough, he checked it out and he was like, damn, okay. And so what he did is he went into his backyard, and over this period of about 4 hours, we stayed on a call together, and he dug up a colony in the backyard. And it took so long, but eventually the queen came out, and he sold them for $175, which I was shocked. I was like, damn. So over the next few months, every day after school or on the weekend, me and Bodie would go hunting for ants. And then eventually, each year, there is this thing called nuptial flights, and it only happens for a short period for each year. Different species have different nuptial flights, but in Australia, it's the late seasons when it gets a lot more hot. And me and Bodie just became absolutely obsessed with it. We did every single thing we possibly could, and we would go on like long hikes all through the bush. We would get absolutely covered in ticks. And through that, we had found so many queens from all different species, ranging from little black ants to bull ants, which is one of Australia's most exotic species. And we were trying to sell them through Facebook, but it was too slow. We had too many queens, and it's a lot to take care of when you have hundreds of queens and hundreds of colonies. Trust me, I have had a fair few colonies. I never realized, but the place that I had originally bought the ant from, the big head ant, they actually would buy ants. They would bulk buy ants from me. And so we had hundreds of queens that we needed to sell them. Instead of trying to get them for like a premium price on Facebook, we have like 100 queen ants, which you do $20 each for them. And he's like, yeah, okay, let's do it. Each ant had a different price to it. Little black ants went for about $10. Green ants went for about 20. Bull ants went for about 100. There was also like funnel ants and all these different ones that were in and out of the mix, but those are the most common ones we got. And over the span of about 4 months, we had collected hundreds, if not thousands of queens and made well into the high thousands of dollars. And right when everything was best it possibly could, everything crashed. The pandemic hit full swing. The way we would get our queens to the person who would bulk buy them is we would ship them in test tubes, and we would pad them up as much as possible, and we would express post them so they got there as quick as possible. But because of COVID, the shipping times got longer. Sometimes they would have to quarantine things. With that, queens started dying more. And also more people started doing the same thing as us, and it meant we had to go to multiple different people that would buy the ants. There was a few people that were selling them international who had permits, and they all pretty much were like, I've got too much stock, I can't take any more on. So it became less profitable. Everything was just kind of crumbling. I was also losing the passion for ants, and I was becoming more interested in filmmaking. So as things got tougher, pretty much dropped it all. Got rid of my ant colonies, and then I just pursued filmmaking. A few years later, that brings you pretty much to now. Over the years, many things has happened. Bodhi's doing amazing right now. He managed to use his ant money as capital for dropshipping to fulfill orders. And I used my money to buy a bunch of filmmaking gear, which a lot of it got stolen, which still hurts a little bit. It's all part of the process, and if you want to follow along for my journey, I now make films about things that I think are interesting and telling stories, and this is just the beginning of this channel, so if you want to tag along, it'd be much appreciated. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!